Hey everybody, it's Matrix here, and here's my recap on the trading day today on my small account challenge. But before I get started, I need to warn you guys, I will be swearing a lot in this video. It's basically been a very bad day for me, and if you are sensitive to cursing, swearing, I do suggest you either don't watch this video or put on some headphones if you have children around. I'm not going to hold back. It's a no holds barred video, primarily because I make these videos for myself as sort of like a journal and a recap of my own trades. And I put this out there for people to watch in order to, I guess, absorb and watch my progress as I trade. So I am going to swear a lot because it is a bad day, but it's just the way I talk and it's how it is. So let's get right into it. Okay, so today was a red day, big red day. We have 32 tickets. I opened the day basically at break even at the small account at 14K, and I am down $205 after commissions. I think tomorrow it's going to be about $40 in commissions. All right, $45 in commissions. It's a bad day. Now take a look at the trades I took. I basically played Zillow, Twilio, and Apple, and there's a total of 13 trades, so I'll try to make this recap as short as possible, but I don't want to skip anything, so here goes nothing. I'm bringing in the tickets here. Here are all my tickets and all the timestamps. I have marked off all the trades on the charts already, so we don't really need this, but I just want to bring it in just for the records, all right? And let's go to Zillow first. Okay, so Zillow, I took a few trades on it. First up, let's go through the idea. It's basically based on the daily chart. Yesterday I saw this thing topped out at around the 33 mark, and my plan was either it's a double top cup and handle, and today we get a pullback day, or we get a squeeze day as it broke through 33, and I was calling for a squeeze to make this take the stock long. Okay, so that's the basic idea on Zillow. Let's get into it. Okay, so Zillow, right out the gates, in the morning as it opened, since my idea was to see a fail at 33, right here at this candle at 8:31 pre-market, it already failed, and there wasn't really a lot of trading in Zillow at the pre-market, so the volume was pretty low. Right out the gates at 9:30, I saw this candle pop up and fail, and I was thinking to myself, okay, the thesis is correct. It is a pullback day. We are coming back down from 33. So I saw this candle failed, and I took the short right here at 32.60s. I think, yeah, 32.65. I shorted it. And then once the next candle closed, it closed up. And then the next candle again, it popped up. And I was thinking, I can't hold through this much pain of risking it all the way to the highs of this candle. I kind of sized it in a little bit too much. I used 50 shares, but it popped up. I waited. It basically failed the VWAP, right? So one of my entry signals was the fail of the VWAP along with the fail of 33. So that's why I took the short here. As it reclaimed next candle, I wanted to hold through this candle, make sure the next candle actually doesn't scare me out. So I waited through the next candle, and then on the 32nd minute, the very next candle, the stock opened and shot up and through, and that was when I called it quits and I covered. Okay, and once that I covered, it popped up some more, and then it came back down and closed right on the VWAP. Very unfortunate. I lost a bit of money here. I basically lost 10 cents. Okay, so I lost 10 cents. No big deal. I'm thinking to myself, 50 shares, 10 cents, no big deal. And then as we were coming down, I saw this dump out, and because the volume was so low, this dumped out really slowly, and it didn't have like a massive dump out like right away. The volume in itself, the stock was spready, and the chart was weird. Like the action was very staggered. All right, so it did dump out. I'm looking at this, and I saw this dump, and I saw how I missed it, and I'm thinking to myself, oh fuck, I messed up. So it dumped out. I kept watching it, and basically as it came back up into the VWAP, I saw it fail a couple of times, and then I waited some more as well because I didn't want to take it right away. As you can see, this skipped up. It basically gapped up on an open on a 1 minute chart. So that's how low the volume was, right? And it gapped up, and it went up to 30. It went up to the opening range again at 3060, and I had this horizontal line drawn across while I was watching it. So I was thinking, okay, here is my risk. I can see that the stock actually broke down early at the open. It broke down this horizontal line, so this should be a key resistance area. So once it came down, I saw it come down, and as this green candle break down the previous red, I took a short. And the next candle, it held the 9 EMA. My target was to actually see it come back down to the VWAP. My goal was to take a short and quick scalp it to the VWAP. Okay. However, it didn't do so, and I wanted to hold it and stick to my plan. So I wrote this thing up. I shorted, and I held this bag up onto my plan here, and I was going to stop out. And my goal was, or my plan was always to stop out a little bit above, right? So there's my stop out right there. And once the candle popped over, I stopped out, and then the next candle basically opened up again, and it dumped some more. All right, so very unfortunate right there. And as I saw this green candle come up, and the next candle, it opened higher, and it starts holding this 32, 56, 55 area. I'm thinking, okay, it's time. And then it eventually breached my stop out area, and I covered. Once I covered, literally the next minute, it dumped, and that in itself got me a little bit emotional as well. The next trade, as I saw this thing dump once again, knowing that I fucked up twice already, and it failed VWAP once again. So when I saw this fail on the VWAP, and I saw the next candle open weak here at 1020, I'm thinking, okay, I need to get in, and I need to risk off this VWAP. It's failing the VWAP once again. Okay, if I'm not risking off the VWAP, I am risking off the previous high. I also seen the lower high form basically right here. All right, so I had this trend line drawn out. Okay, so the next candle, I saw this dump. I got in right away, and it didn't fill me until the very next candle. It basically opened, and it popped up on me when I short. And it popped right back up and over the VWAP, failed. When it hit this trend line, it failed. And I was sitting pretty. I was sitting pretty comfortable. I'm like, okay, stick to my plan. Do it once again. It failed this trend line once more. I'm like, sure, it's looking good. It's failing this trend line, so this trend line's gonna hold. And then it eventually popped up over the trend line. I held. I did not cut losses here because my stop loss was a little bit above the previous high, or a little bit above here. Okay, so it failed. It popped through. I wanted to hold and wait a little bit, and I waited, and then the next candle, sure enough, it opened lower, came right back down, and once again, I was sitting comfortable. Then the next candle opened lower. I was thinking, this is gold. Here it comes, lower low, boom, shoots up right on me. I'm thinking, ah, shit. And then I waited for the next candle, and it started holding, and then it popped. Eventually, I stopped out at where I planned to stop out, which is here. That's 3 losing trades in a row. Okay. Now, by this time, let me zoom out a little bit here. By this time, I'm looking at Twilio, and I'm looking at this action right here, this coming down, all right, and then this coming back up, and then this coming down again, and then this coming back up, and then this coming down again. From here, at this point in time, is when I realized I fucked up. This is no longer short. This in itself, this price action, these three dips under the VWAP were basically accumulation of either the big boys or the institution buying shares and market makers basically fucking with me. Basically, they're pulling the stock down so they can get a better price, and they're accumulating and getting ready for a big shot up. Okay, I didn't realize it until here because I saw this dip once, dip twice, dip 3 times. I'm thinking, oh shit, accumulation around the VWAP. This thing's gonna rip. All right. As it rips through, I thought to myself, there it is. There's the idea. My thought was when I saw this come up, I thought about the accumulation, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to get out on the next move down. I need to get the hell out, but it never came right back down. It eventually just ripped right over to where I set my stop loss, and basically it stopped me out. But this in itself, this is why this action happened. This is accumulation right here, right here, and right here. This is all algo accumulation and all the big boys trying to buy it at a lower price. So from then, from after this action, I decided that, okay, Zillow is going to be a long. Once it breaks past 33, it's going to squeeze, because that was my plan on the day. It was either short from 33 or long from 33. And once I saw this accumulation happen, I'm thinking, okay, this is a long from 33. It's no longer a short idea. So as I was watching, I basically saw the breakout of 33. This thing was running heavy. It was running pretty fast up to 33. And once it broke through 33, I'm like, here it is, breakout. So I bought it. And by this time, I was already emotional because of my prior losing trades. So I bought it early. I didn't wait for the retest of 33 here, which is the next candle. So I basically bought it at 33.07 as it broke out. And then sure enough, the next candle pulls back, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't wait. I made a mistake. Lucky me, and I have to quote again, lucky me. This thing held 33, okay? And then it ripped some more, and I took half of it off right here at this push, basically right at the top of this candle right here at 33.27, so gaining 20 cents, and then already paid myself half. I decided to hold it, and I decided to stop out if the stock failed 33 again. So it basically held through all this chop, never hit my stop loss. It came back up, broke new highs, and I paid myself some more, another half here, leaving a quarter size left. All right. And then as this thing rips some more, from here, I was already content with the trade, and I was thinking about setting a hard stop right at where my entry is, basically letting this thing run. And I basically held the last quarter up. And from here at the higher highs, I saw the doji. I saw that it was topping out. So I paid myself another half off that quarter, because I was looking at the P&L and I saw that there was good money in there. So I decided to take off another half so that I don't lose any of my gains. And basically I paid myself another half here, leaving an eighth of a size left. Now I set my stop. I set a hard stop, and I basically set it at 33.27 right at this spot. Okay, so as I draw a horizontal line across, I saw this thing hold up here or top out here. So I was thinking, okay, basically as long as this thing holds Actually, this was the horizontal line that I drawn. When I paid myself here, I draw this horizontal line, and I'm thinking, okay, set a hard stop. Where should I set it? A little bit below. Sorry, wrong button. A little bit below the previous dip, which is right here. Okay, and I basically wanted to set it here, but since I only have an eighth of the size left, I was thinking, okay, give it a little bit more wiggle room. Let's go all the way to 33.27, and that's where I set my stop. Hard stop, and this thing basically dumped or grinded right back down, faded down. It failed the 50, hit my stop loss, and then bounced. Literally hit my stop loss on the penny and then bounced right back up. And that was the end of Zillow. So taking a look at the chart overall on the day. Okay, my stop out was here on my final. And I had one winning trade coming from here to here at the top. And then the final little piece I stopped out here, and then it ripped again, and then it basically held this all day and ended up the day at around 33.50. So that's Zillow. That's all the trades on it. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on it, 3 red, 1 green. Close that chart off. Next up we have Twillo, TWLO. Now, Twillo, I took 2 trades on it. On the daily chart, my plan was to see for a hold of 85 and then rip. Okay. Now, this basically was the idea. Hold 85, buy the dip, and long it up to 90 was yesterday's watch list. My first target was actually 88, and then 89, and then 90. So I was watching each dollar mark from 88, 89, and 90 here. That was my idea. I had these marks marked off, and that was the long play. If it was a short play, I was telling myself I'll watch for resistance at these whole number marks, and I'm going to short it back down to 85. Okay, so in the morning, what did it do? Let's bring up the chart right here. In the morning, it was failing pretty miserably pre-market. I had this trend line drawn out. All right, I basically had this trend line drawn out from the morning. This is after yesterday and after hours. Now, right at the open, TWLO, the spread was 20 cents, and once again, the volume was super low, and pre-market volume non-existent. I think it traded about a little less than 100K. All right. So all in all, in itself, it wasn't prime trading time at the open here. Now, I waited. I saw the stock drop and pop, and my thesis was to take it down. But as I saw this opening price at 87 that it failed pre-market, I was thinking, okay, today could be an overextended gap down day. Okay, and basically what it is, it's overextended gap down. This is supposed to be a short thesis in my books. So what it did is I waited for that pop and at the open, and it sure enough popped out the gates, and then it dropped. It failed the VWAP here. Let me zoom in real quick. It failed the VWAP here, and then the next candle I saw it pop and I saw it sell off. And I saw it failing the VWAP again. The VWAP slap setup is something that I look to take. So as this failed the VWAP, and as this candle broke through the previous green candle, I took it short right here. Okay, at 85.80, and my plan was to take it all the way down to 85. Okay, so I took it short, and then it worked a little bit. The next candle, it opened, it sold a little bit again, and then it popped right back up into VWAP. I'm like, what the fuck, right? So I wanted to hold and make sure that I stick to my plan. Okay, and that this wasn't a fake out for me. So the next candle, it squeezed up, and it didn't squeeze up fast, right? Because of the very low volume and because of the spread, it basically hit me real good at like 2 upticks. It got up to here. I'm thinking, fuck. If I cover now, it's going to be a massive loss. There is still a potential of this stock faking out, probably getting slapped back down at the opening range here where it opened. So I held some more. The next candle, it opened up, it failed, and then it squeezed hard through. I held through all of this shit. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, what have I got myself into? I'm now basically holding the bag. As it came back down, I took it right off. And then it finished and closing the candle right here. And I basically lost a little bit too much than I would like. And I followed my plan though, so I stopped out. And then basically the next candle, it did what I planned for it to do. It dumped out. And yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, the thesis was good. The entry was good as well. The volume was basically what had me. The spread was basically what took me, and I scared myself out. And I was watching this dump, and I'm now at this point I'm kicking myself, and I watch it dump some more. Next candle, this candle right here, it ran up and tested VWAP again, and it slapped down. So I'm still thinking short. And I'm still thinking, okay, this thesis could still work, right? And I'm looking at the stock at where it failed, right at the VWAP, right at this horizontal resistance line at the opening range, right? So the next candle, as it broke down under the body of this candle, I took it short, thinking, okay, it failed VWAP. I'm going to take the short and risk that VWAP. I'm going to risk a little bit above this high here, okay? I took another 50 shares. And it worked out right away. And then the next candle, it opened, dumped again, and then ripped. And I'm still holding it because I'm sticking to my plan. It's been a choppy market. As this thing ripped through right up, I eventually gave up once it basically reclaimed the VWAP on this candle. I held through, wanted to make sure this candle is not a fake out. And then the next candle opens, came down, held this VWAP, and it started bouncing. And that was when I called it quits. I'm like, okay, this is not working. I need to get out. And I got out. And then the next candle, it shot up. And that's my 2 trade on Twillo. Another 2 losing trades, both 50 shares. All right. And finally, so far that's I believe that's 6 trades already overtraded. Finally, we have Apple. Apple is where the real fuckery happens. So let's take a look at Apple daily chart. Apple daily chart. The idea and the basis was that the stock gapped down yesterday because Donald Trump tweeted that he's going to implement tariffs on the iPhones. Okay, so the stock gapped down after hours. And my plan was to call for it short. I called for pop into resistance and short it. I marked off 173 last night, saying 173 is very key. So let's take a look at 173 real quick. There's that 173 mark. I said 173 was very key because of these marks right here. 1, 2, 3 yesterday, 4 over here, and it failed after hours. And then pre-market, it failed 173 again. So I'm watching 173. Okay. And what happened was we have the stock opening. All right, opening pretty weak. I saw it come up, and lo and behold, 173. I saw this fail, okay, and then the stock opened up right here on this candle. This is where it opened. It opened down on this fail, but then it tried to push back up. And I saw that it did not have the nuts to go through it. It basically, it's a stuffed candle, right? And it's stuffed right back down. I'm thinking gold, 173, enter the trade, risk a little bit above the previous high and short it. So I shorted it, and my target yesterday on the daily chart and on was 172 to 172.25. So let's mark that off. I basically call this the resistance zone. Okay, so anywhere in this area, I was looking at it as now support zone. Okay, I saw how this tapped out in the pre-market. Okay, but the stock did short up, so prior resistance now becomes support. So this was the area I was targeting and looking to pay myself. Scrolling back as well, as you can see, still a lot of choppery in here, as this was in my watch list. This whole zone, the 72 to 72.22 area. All right, so this was my target, initial target for the short. I scroll back in. I shorted it, paid myself at the $half mark, because as I draw a horizontal line across, you can see this pre-market, right out the gates, it made a nice little horizontal line here. And this in itself was a support area. So I paid myself a little bit. As it came down to this spot, my target, 172.25, I paid myself a little bit some more and took the whole thing off. And basically that was a good trade. That was a winning trade from there to there. Okay. Now it failed VWAP. Okay. The next candle, it tried to get above the VWAP and it's failed. It also failed this resistance zone that I was talking about, right? So on the next candle, as it came back up, I saw all these moving averages under it, above it, holding it down. I saw the VWAP getting slapped. I saw a resistance zone. So I took it. I took this short once again as it broke the candle, and I rolled it all the way down to, where did I take it? I rolled it all the way down to another 40 cents as I saw this come right back up. Okay, it hit the 171.08, I believe. No, it hit 171.10. And my target was 171, but it never made it there on this candle. So I paid myself because I saw it getting bought back up, and then I held the rest, and it did breach, came back up. I was sticking to my plan. I was risking VWAP because I saw the VWAP slap, and eventually it got above VWAP, came down, and I covered. I covered. It got above VWAP and I covered. And basically, I took the trade off. This was a break-even trade. Shorted here, paid myself, and then held this next half through the plan and got stopped out. But I did see this candle, this doji candle, and I'm thinking, okay, VWAP slap again. The next candle, it tried for the VWAP again, it failed. So on the very next red candle, as it snapped this green body, I took it short once more. And I rolled it down and I paid myself right here. Okay, so this was a nice scalp trade. I paid myself right at the psychological number here at 71.50. Okay, as I saw this bounce, I paid myself half, and then the other half, I just let it ride, and I was gonna stop out at this line right here, the opening range resistance line, and this candle popped over, so I stopped out, and then it sold back off, and I also saw that it reclaimed VWAP and it started running up, so I took this out real quick, and once again, this was a scratch trade. Okay, so there's two trades here. There's one here where this little trade here where I scratch, and then this little trade here where I scratch, where I paid myself half, let it ride, paid myself half, let it ride. Two scratch trades and no follow through. Stuck to my plan. Okay. finally. I was basically done with it. I was done with trading by now. All this happened with Z and Twilio and Apple. I was basically done with it. I was calling it quits. And then 11:30 came along, and one of my biggest rule was don't initiate a new trade at past 11:30. So this was my cutoff spot, right about here, as I was sitting and watching this stock like a good boy that I am. However, the FOMO was real. It got to me. The SPY was dumping at this point, so I'm going to pull in the SPY right now. And I want to pull in the time on the SPY where it's dumping. Right about here. I was watching the SPY all along. Right about here, I believe it was this dump, right? So at around 12:30, I saw the SPY dump out, and I had this downtrend line drawn off on the SPY. And Apple in itself is very SPY related and runs according to SPY's action, right? So I had this drawn out all along. I was watching SPY. I saw it dump. It was really weak. It came back up, and then I was looking for it to dump again. Right about here, I believe. Either here at 12:25 or here at 12:45 when it broke down under the VWAP, and I was thinking the SPY is gonna dump out. Okay. So where was my next trade? 12:30. Okay. So where's 12:30 on the SPY? Right here. Okay. I saw it fail VWAP. I saw it come back up, and then I saw this fail as well on the SPY. So let's zoom in on the SPY. So this is what I saw on the SPY. I saw the fail. I saw it come back, and I saw it failing once again. And I basically took the trade on Apple because of the weakness in SPY. So this is exactly what happened on Apple. Failed, followed the SPY very nicely, and failed again. And I took the short here. I'm thinking VWAP fail, take the short. The very next candle, oh my God, it literally just ran right back up on me. Now, when I took this short, my stop out was a little bit above VWAP and the previous high. So following my plan, I stopped out here. And then the fuckery happens. Right as I stop out, literally right as I stop out, stock failed again. And this is where I got really emotional. I'm like, okay, VWAP fail again, short that bitch. So I shorted. Next candle, it worked a little bit. And the very next candle, right back up, stops me out again. Now I'm ripping my hair out, right? And the reason why I stopped out so late is because this candle shot up pretty big. What candle was this? This candle really did shoot up big. Supposedly, I was going to risk here, right? But I wanted to wait until the candle finishes. And eventually, it got through, and I couldn't hold the pain any longer. So I took myself out simply because I couldn't hold the pain. Now, looking at 173.40. So if you draw a horizontal line, I had this horizontal line marked as well, right? I basically saw it tapped here, saw it tapped here, and saw it tapped here as well during the day. I think there were more too. No, I saw this mark right here, and I saw this mark. So I wanted to also, I saw this fuckery right here. So that's why I stopped out at where I did stop out, because this candle actually popped up and over. All right. So I stopped out. And then the very next candle, it dumps on me yet again. And looking at it from hindsight, pretty obvious that'll dump, right? Because it hit the 50 EMA. But so one loss, two loss, this is where it adds up. It fails again. Now I'm really frustrated. I'm thinking, wow, I just got chopped out twice in a row. Next trade, if I were to trade, I really need to be sure. So once again, I see it fail VWAP. All right. I'm thinking to myself, fine, fail VWAP once more time. I'm going to take it. I saw this come up as this candle break down the previous body. I shorted again. I didn't short this just because the VWAP failed. I shorted it because it failed and made a lower low from the previous low as well. So the previous low was about here, right? And then the breakdown low was right at where I entered, right here. So I shorted it and it worked. It worked for the next candle. And my target was, where did I short it here? Okay, 172.70. So my target was back at this money spot right here, or this resistance zone. Okay, as we drag across this resistance zone, my target was still right here. Okay, and the stock never actually had a chance to come back up or come down. So it came down. The next candle it opened, it came down some more, and it bounced at 172.4. To me, that didn't make sense. I don't understand why it bounced there. Now, this is hindsight though, so let's mark it off and take a look at what happened at this mark, because I personally want to know why it bounced there. So 172.4 doesn't seem like anything. I mean, I guess this could be a higher low from here, right? It could be a higher low from here. Take a look at it again. It's this horizontal line. Okay, so it's basically yesterday's after hours. All right, so that's where it bounced, and from there, let's take a look here. I shorted right at this break. Oh, we were talking about this, and it bounced, it ripped, it got back above VWAP, and once again, I stopped out. So that's 3 chop out trades. I stopped out right at the top of this candle. It broke through the previous high, right? It got through the VWAP, so I stopped out. But the candle, I didn't wait for the candle to finish closing like I usually would have, because by this time I already got chopped out twice in a row and I was highly emotional. So it dumped right back on me and it basically fucked my mind up right here. Next price action move, it fails the VWAP some more. Okay. It's basically a bear trap, man. It's just a short trap. It fails. And as it broke down this level here where it had a lot of support, I'm thinking, finally, this thing's going to break down. So I shorted it. And once I shorted it, it got bought right back up. And up it goes. Now, this candle here at 115, you see all this volume? I want to bring in the SPY here at 115. It was basically this massive candle. The SPY did this. Boom, shoot right back up. Right? This candle right here. It was basically, the SPY itself was basically in a wedge at that moment. I had this wedge mapped out. And that's where the SPY broke. It broke out and the SPY ripped. Like stupid rip. And it took Apple with it. Apple ripped stupid. By this time, I was mentally spent. I held through. And I was caught bag holding. And basically, I got lucky as it came right back down. I stopped out. Oh, did I hold through? I didn't hold through. No, I didn't hold through. It ripped, hit that VWAP. I stopped out. And then it went like this, parabolic. And then I was so glad I got out. And then it came right back down and closed weak and under. I'm thinking to myself, this time I'm done. I'm done. I mean, this is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 trades in a row that I got chopped out, and I was done. I shut it down, and that was for the day. So 4 trades here on Apple late day, breaking my own rules of trading the lull, breaking my own rules of trading after 11:30. A total of 7 trades on Apple. In the beginning, Apple was green. Okay, these 4 trades basically took it red. So 7 trades on here, and that's it. That's basically my recap. So let's bring in my P&L again. So Zillow, I recovered quite a bit by the on the longs. The 2 shorts was basically small size right here on 50 shares, and then big size here, 20 cents on 200 shares, and then another 30 cents on 200 shares. Big size, and oversized. This is why I accumulated so much loss here on Zillow. I think by this time I already lost it. I already lost my mind there. And it is what it is. I fucked up. Gotta own it. Gotta make that recap as much as it is painful for me to do so. So tomorrow, I'll be opening up this account down about $250. It's gonna take a while for me to get that back. I need to regroup, refresh my mind, and stick back to what I know, I guess. I still have to think about how I got myself into this later on today, and recap this some more, recap this video some more. Think about my mental issues of the day. Think about my emotional state. Think about why I took my trades, stuff like that. Okay. I might not even trade tomorrow. I mean, it really depends on how long it'll take for my mind to reset and recoup from today's bad trading. In a sense, $200 is not a lot of money. It's basically a scratch day compared to real terms if you're just looking at the money part. But it's not about the money when it comes to the small account. I mean, the small account in itself is it's about the trading process, and this is why I do this challenge. I personally want to make sure I beat this account challenge and make sure I get the process down first, and the money will come after. However, if this account does reach 13.3, then it's over, and for a $700 margin or $700 stop loss on this account, losing $200 on it is a really big deal, and I really gotta sit back and rethink and settle my mind. So, anyways, that's the recap. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry the video took so long, and I'm sorry if this video seemed a little negative and a little painful to watch. Hopefully there are some lessons in here for you to learn from my mistakes, because I'm pretty sure when I rewatch this, I will learn a lot from my own mistakes as well. And make sure you check the video links, like the links in the description below. Follow me here, click the like button, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff. And of course, check out Trick Trades, where I'm at right now. There's also a link to Trick's YouTube video. He's got a lot of free content in there, so check that out. And then if you decide, come on over and join us, because Trick is absolutely a beast at turning traders around. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.